All right, so it looks like we're live. That's awesome stuff.
Right.
How you doing, everybody? This is Bullseye Bob here, and welcome to Everything Comics. And I got sitting next to me my good buddy Bueller. Bueller, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So this is the first episode of the Weekly Rundown, which will be a live stream that we'll do every week, kind of running down the latest news items that have to do with comic book TV and movie news, and then other science fiction, any pop culture stuff that comes up in the news that has to do with media. We're going to go ahead and run down that news, let you know what we think. And I'm really looking forward to being able to have those discussions with you. I do want to say that I'm very, I want to apologize for being late tonight. I mean, last week we were supposed to drop this and there were some family issues that happened. And today I got news that I had to go into the doctor. And so, so I'm late. So I want to apologize to everybody. It is not my intention to be late on this show, but we definitely will going forward. We'll be better at getting there.
The only guy I know that misses two of his shows. He misses both of his own shows.
I know, but hey, it's a work in progress.
Yeah,
I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. All right.
Yeah.
So a couple things before we get into what we're doing. I do want to mention one of the things that you all should be looking out for is Washington State SummerCon. That's coming up this June. It's going to be huge. If you haven't gone to their website yet, I'll post a link down inside of the description. And that's definitely something you should check out. The lineup is incredible. We're both going to be there. We're really excited about it. And from this point forward on both of our shows, we will be advertising it. And I hope to see some of you there. I mean, we're going.
Yeah. If you want to come see me host panels and fall on my face, it's a good time to do it.
Last year was pretty amazing. You actually got to host the panel with Chris Claremont and Scott Williams and Alex Sinclair. Yeah. And that was an amazing time. And I know that it's going to be just as awesome this year. So definitely check out Washington State SummerCon. And if you haven't bought your tickets yet, they are on sale now. Next up is we both have shows on our channels. This weekend, I'm actually filming a number of shows. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be in a live stream with Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers. I just see that he popped into the chat here.
He's right there.
Yes, he is. And
that guy's cool.
Yeah, he is. He is. I dig Robbie. Robbie's a righteous dude. He's a friend of the show. And tomorrow we are going to go over the Big DD discussion. So we're going to talk about our favorite Daredevil runs and our favorite moments in Doctor Doom history. And so I'm really looking forward to that. Tune in tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
More than likely 8.
You're going to play on that, aren't you? That's all right. And so we'll definitely be doing that tomorrow night. And then Saturday morning, new comic books came out this week. So I will be doing the Having Comics with my coffee show. I'll be filming that and then dropping that sometime on Saturday. And then we'll be getting together to film. And why don't you go ahead and tell us about the new Coffee and Comic Show?
What did you have for dinner last night?
Me?
Oh, that's the wrong show.
Yeah, that is the wrong show.
We're going to be filming the coffee episode on Sunday.
On Sunday. And
we'll be, that's the episode where we're going to announce the winners for all the giveaways.
Yeah.
So make sure you tune into that on Tuesday, or not Tuesday, sorry, Monday. And the topic is the Key Collector app good for the comic book industry?
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to be talking about. And there's a lot of comments on that video.
Already, there's a lot of comments.
Yeah, it's only been on a day, so it's going to be an interesting conversation to have.
For sure.
I've checked out a few of them, and it's kind of the stuff I'm looking for. I want to get both sides, what people think, we'll give them both equal time and talk about it and stuff. So, but definitely the giveaway.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. And Bob volunteered to pay for all the shipping. So
thanks.
4 winners, all New Zealand. There you go.
We can do that. But so definitely tune into the shows. We want to thank you all for supporting us. I know Bueller, you're coming up on 10,000 subscribers. Myself, I'm getting close to my first 1,000.
There you are.
Just want to say thank you all very much for supporting us and for watching. Of course, none of this is possible without you guys, so we really appreciate you. So really quick before we get into tonight's show, what we're going to run down, let's go ahead and check in with the chat and see who's here.
There's people in there.
Yeah, there is. And so it looks like we got Stay Puff.
He was first.
He was first in the chat. How you doing there, buddy?
Winner.
We got Derek Magnus.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Derek's cool.
Yeah, he is. Hack, how you doing there, Hack?
He's not as cool, but he's still cool.
Yeah. Well, we definitely have to get hacking on one of our roundtables. I can't wait for that.
Yep.
We got Two Brothers Comics. How you doing there, buddy?
Two brothers.
Two brothers.
There's two of them.
There's two of them. Okay. Are they both watching at the same time? That's the question.
You never really know.
I know. Huh? We got Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers. How you doing, brother? And then we got Hero and the Kid. Yes.
They put out a really fun video yesterday.
Did they?
Yeah, it was just him and his son just talking like across the table with each other, just about the day and what he did, and it was good. It was entertaining. It's a nice little podcast format. So check it out.
Definitely have to check that out tonight when I get home.
Yeah.
And I know that I saw an advertisement on Instagram that they're having their first live stream. I don't know if that was what it was or if
it wasn't a live stream, no. But they're
okay.
Pretty soon with Dylan. Dylan's comic books.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So definitely want to tune into that. If I don't know if Ben's there with you, if he's not, make sure you say hi to him for us. And then we got Pigbeard. How you doing, buddy?
Pigbeard. We read his comment on Monday.
Yeah, we did. That's right.
I just wanted to say his name on camera. Pigbeard.
Absolutely. We got Comic Crack. How you doing?
Comic Crack.
And we got Two Gun Pedro. Pew pew.
Oh God. Still in Sam's line.
There we go. But thank you guys for tuning in. And so, like I said, this is the weekly rundown, and we will be going over pop culture news for TV and movies. And there are a few things that have come out in the last week. There's not a lot of news, but there's definitely some out there. I think I'd like to just go ahead and start off with something that's not actually in the news this week, but a couple of weeks ago, we had a pretty big news for comic bookdom, and that is the fact that Joaquin Phoenix won the Academy Award for The Joker. And that is huge news when it comes to comic books. I still don't consider that a comic book movie, but it is The Joker.
It is?
It is.
Yeah, I doubt it.
And it's the second time in history that, one of the big awards has gone to a comic book property, and both of them were The Joker. I think that's pretty amazing.
There you go, I guess.
You don't consider that big news, Mueller? Whatever.
I
okay.
mean, yeah, you know how I feel about that movie.
I know you do. I know.
Yeah.
I still think it was a very important movie.
Yeah.
If some of you saw my review after I first watched it, I was very emotionally stirred.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was a very weird feeling. But I do have to take my hats off to Joaquin Phoenix. I think he did an amazing job. And, and really, I think the thing that bothers me the most right now is not that he won. I mean, I think that's fantastic. I think it was a fantastic movie. But now there's talks that they are going to make a part 2.
Yeah.
And we know
it made a bunch of money.
Exactly. It made $1 billion, over $1 billion. And now we're coming to a place where now they're going to push, something out just because it's a money grab. And as far as I know, when that movie was over with, the director, Todd Phillips, said that was his story. So now you're going to create a whole other movie just because it made $1 billion. Do we really want to see that movie?
Maybe. It might be marked up on the first day it comes out. Maybe it's got a cameo punchline in
there. That's a good point. That's part of the news this week. Why don't you talk about that for a second?
No, I want to talk about honestly, about the movie, though, I mean, he did a great job. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not a fan of the movie, itself. But as far as the acting goes, I can't say I saw a lot of movies last year. But his performance was really good. So I got hats off to him. But I really didn't have any other movies to compare it to. So
yeah.
But I liked it. I thought he acted really good. He pretty much is a good actor in everything he does. I can't think of a movie he's ever done where it's like, oh man, that's crap.
Right. Right.
So Walk the Line. That's one of my favorite movies.
I think one of my favorite roles is the part he played in Gladiator.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
No.
But yeah, it's kind of cool. Just wasn't a Joker movie.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it wasn't a comic book movie. It was more of a character study on the Joker. We've talked about that many times. And it's set in Gotham, but to me, that was just more the setting of the 70s and the feeling that we had back then. you remember growing up back then, it felt like there was no hope. There was all kinds of, political unrest going on, kind of what it feels like today, which is what I think they chose it for.
I was like 3.
Yeah, but you want to know something? When I was 3, I remember going down to Venice Beach, and I remember seeing the Manson family protesting him going to jail. And I was at a young age, but I remember that. And so that was one of those things in the early 70s that was just, a lot of unrest. So
that's great.
I mean, it's pretty daunting as a 3-year-old when you see, or for me, I was like 4. So somewhere in there, but bald women with swastikas on their forehead, that's going to leave an impression.
I was 3. I was hanging out in the farm.
All right.
In the barn.
Kicking the chickens.
Yeah, kicking the chickens, man. Yeah.
I hear you. So, but but still, it's still a milestone that Joaquin Phoenix won the Academy Award. Congratulations to him. And, but it is a milestone in comics.
Yeah.
And so I definitely thought it was worth mentioning.
Very cool. Got a couple other people in here.
Sam from Sam's Tangled Web. What's up, Sam?
NWI Geeks.
Hey,
Hello.
NWI. How you doing? Thank you all for joining. It's about time. Are you going to get on my case too?
Yeah, really talking about it. V's here.
Hey, V. And he's kicking chickens too.
Kicking chickens.
Very cool. So yeah, that was the first piece. And since we're on the Joker, that leads us into Batman, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that happened this last week was the new trailer for The Batman. It was like a sneak peek of the suit, right?
Yeah.
And so we got to see Robert Pattinson for the first time in the suit. Bueller, what'd you think?
Is nobody seeing the similarities to the suit as far as what they show? You just see the mouth part and stuff. And then the cameo appearance of the Punchline character in '89, where you just see the mouth. It's the same damn thing.
It's the same cameo.
It's the same cameo. It's like literally you just see the mouth part. That's it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, but I saw the Batman one, and I thought his suit looked good, but I didn't like the headpiece. I thought it, and I said this before on somebody else's channel. I thought the suit looked like more like a professionally put together, like armor, and then the headpiece was like something you sewed together. It just looked like cheap. You could see the stitching and stuff like that, and I thought it was really kind of weird looking.
Interesting. So definitely people have been commenting on the fact that you can see he definitely can turn his head in this one, which I mean that's a plus.
The Christian Bale could turn his head
in the second movie
and the third.
In the third, yeah. But the first movie.
So most of them.
For most of them.
The first one he couldn't. And then like in the very first 5 minutes of the second one, he's like, this sucks.
Yeah, right.
And they fixed it.
But he did go a whole movie without moving his head. He had to, do this type of thing.
That makes him look stronger.
Yeah. So you don't like the armor and the like kind of stitched mask the combination? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't like that. I like the suit itself, the bottom part, but the mask or the cowl or whatnot, I didn't think it looked very good. And I'm as far as the actor goes, who's playing it, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and wait until see what he does. Because I really don't know. Because we've had, you remember Michael Keaton.
Right.
And when they said Michael Keaton was going to be Batman, I'm like, what the hell are they talking about?
Exactly.
And it turned out to be awesome.
It was amazing.
So that's kind of the approach I want to take on this.
Yeah.
But, the suit goes a long way. So the suit needs to look cool.
Sure.
And honestly, I don't want this movie to be let's just tell some more origin crap. I want to get into some good Batman mythology type thing and just a good solid story and go from there. I don't need to know anything else. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, and they have said they're not going to do any type of origin story in this, which I'm very glad of. And there's speculation on what the actual movie is going to be about.
Yeah.
I want to kind of stay away from rumors in when we do these rundowns, because rumors is just speculation. It's just, half of it doesn't even come to fruition. But one of the things I do want to talk about is the design of the suit. People are talking about the Bat logo and how the Bat logo is possibly playing on what he originally did I forget which comic book it was, but where he took pieces of the gun who killed his parents.
I heard about that.
Yeah, and so if you look at the centerpiece, it does look like the two what are they? The stocks of the gun on the inside, and it definitely looks like something you can pull out and he might be able to use. So there's a lot of speculation on that. I think it's a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
You know,
I have a wild theory.
What's that?
I think they're going to go a different direction with this movie, and I don't think it's Bruce Wayne.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me this theory. I
think it's the dad.
You think it's Thomas Wayne?
I think it's Thomas Wayne. Wouldn't that be kind of cool to throw everyone off? You go in there and they do some scenario, and wouldn't it be really cool? Because you know how they have the red, in the trailer, and then like Thomas Wayne's suit has some red on it.
It does. Actually, that's right.
I think it'd be really cool if they go in there and they start the movie like with the whole kill your parents type thing going down the alley, and they shoot mom and dad, and then Bruce is sitting there, and then this sounds horrible, but shoots the kid, and the kid falls over, and the dad gets up, and that's the new Batman.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought this up because that
would be like, holy crap.
Well, that's what was originally supposed to happen in Zack. I can't think of his name.
Snyder?
Zack Snyder's.
I just made that up.
No, but it is. It's Zack Snyder's whole world, because with the Flash, they were going to do Flashpoint, and the actor who plays Negan in The Walking Dead he was Thomas Wayne in Batman versus Superman, right? Yeah. And so that he was going to come in and do the whole Flashpoint, where Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and Martha, now she becomes the Joker, right? Yeah. And so your theory, is not that far-fetched, since we are getting a Flashpoint movie also coming out in the next couple years. So, I mean, that may be...
Probably kind of cool.
I think it'd be really cool. Yeah. I've always wanted to see that.
Give us something different.
For sure. Yeah. I always thought that was one of the best alternate reality stories ever told. Yeah. And I would love to see some Flashpoint stuff, cross over into this. And if they got the same actor to play, Thomas Wayne, it'd be great. I'd be down just to see that storyline.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
Throwing it out
there. Let's see what some people are saying inside of the chat. Let's see. Sam's still here. We got, hey, Blake, how you doing there, buddy? Blake is one of my good buddies from work.
Hello, Blake.
And the Comics Club has joined. How you doing there? And we got Patrick Miller. He was one of the comments that we
couldn't pronounce his last name.
Melorano, I think that's how you say
it. We couldn't pronounce your last name.
There you go.
We just go with Patrick M.
But we do have some comments about it. Robbie says he liked the tone of that first look, the music and heavy breathing.
Heavy breathing.
Yeah, there definitely was that. Comic Crack, he asks, do we know the storyline for this one, year one? I've actually heard, again, speculation that it's year two.
Yeah.
There was a big rumor going around at one point that they were going to do the Long Halloween, which I hope they don't, because they really pulled a lot from Nolan's run, Christopher Nolan's Batman. They pulled a lot of elements from the Long Halloween. And some people have speculated Court of Owls, which I would definitely dig.
They should do something with Joker. Apparently, they win an Oscar every time.
Yeah, exactly. But definitely a lot of different speculation on that. Two Brothers said, what do you think about the collar? I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I didn't really notice. I noticed a few people say something about the collar, and it didn't bother me too much. Yeah.
One thing I did notice, I don't know if anybody else caught this, but when he's making that first turn kind of towards the camera, there's this little shoulder lift that he does. And that shoulder lift reminded me of the old Batman 66 in the very beginning, when you got the Batman theme, and then Batman turns around, lifts his shoulder, and then it becomes the Bat logo. It says Batman. And when he lifted his shoulder there, I just got pictures of that. So I don't know if anybody else caught that.
Nope.
Thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, just you.
And let's see. Two Brothers says, we got robbed.
Coffee, bro.
Coffee breath.
They're in here.
Hey, coffee breath. NWI Geeks. I don't know if we mentioned him earlier, but he's in here. Awesome. So speaking of Batman news, we had a little bit of news come out yesterday. I don't know if you heard about the interview that Ben Affleck was in, but when he was doing the Batman versus Superman and the Justice League, there was a lot of speculation. Actually, he was signed up to write, direct, and star in a Batman movie, and it was going to be called The Batman. And the speculation at the time when that whole project dropped was there was creative differences. Yeah. And with this interview yesterday, we found out that there wasn't creative differences. We found out that Ben Affleck dropped out of it because of personal issues, because of his drinking, all the stress that he was under. He didn't think, I guess there was a lot of stress on the set of, Batman versus Superman. And then in the Justice League, Zack Snyder leaving. And I mean, just it was a big fiasco. And but in the midst of all this, his drinking became worse. And he didn't think that he could actually go through with the movie without doing detriment to himself and his family. And so all his friends supported him in actually dropping out. Nobody talked about that at the time. It was all about creative differences. And so what do you think about that? I mean, for myself, I kind of was starting to really get into what he was doing with the Batman. What do you think?
I don't like it.
Not at all?
No. He looked like fat like me. Like he's like a chubby Batman.
Right. Okay.
But no, here's the thing. Ben Affleck, former husband of Elektra.
Former Daredevil.
former Daredevil. I don't know. The thing about that Batman that he did, I like that suit. Mm-hmm. His suit, because it was the Dark Knight suit from the Frank Miller thing. That's pretty much what they went for the most part, and that looked really cool. Mm-hmm. But his performance as Batman is it's forgettable. I mean, it's not, is there anything special about his performance that you can actually name? Like, oh man, he nailed that. That's a Batman moment.
No.
Christian Bale's got plenty of them, Michael Keaton does. Even Val Kilmer has a couple, believe it or not George Clooney. But, Ben Affleck did it for, what, 2 movies?
2 movies.
2 movies?
3 movies, because he was in Suicide Squad as well.
Yeah, that was probably the best one. His performance in that, because it was the shortest. But, it was just, for doing that character, for being the Batman character, you got to bring it, man. I mean, that's a huge character. That's big shoes to fill. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he filled them, but he didn't bring anything to it at all. So it was pretty lackluster. So I'm pretty sure when he decided to bail, Christian Bale, when he decided to bail, the reason why there was no arguments was because people were like, yep, that's probably a good idea.
You think so?
Yeah.
So you don't think that there was any constraints because of how Zack Snyder was directing this at all, and the interpretation of the character was a limitation on what he could do?
I don't know. I mean, everyone always talks about that the director's cut or whatnot, if that ever comes out, or even if it exists, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. And you really don't know until you see it,
True.
The one thing I remember about the Justice League movie was like, where is everybody? It's like literally they're fighting in the city and there's nobody there. They're like walking the streets and there's nobody on the streets of the city. They had that big fight by the monument when they brought Superman back to life. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the day. Where'd everybody go?
I think Joss Whedon kind of, put the punctuation on the whole thing at the very beginning of the movie. You see the bum at the beginning. There's a little sign that says, "I tried," because he couldn't salvage it. But I will say this: out of all of the Batman scenes that were filmed in both of those movies, in Batman versus Superman, that warehouse fight scene where Batman comes in and takes on a real was one of the best Batman fight scenes of any of all the movies that have ever been done. I will go back and rewind that scene and watch it 100 times. It is amazing.
Let me ask you this. Would you watch that over your Daredevil hallway fight scenes?
Nope.
Yeah, there you go.
That first Daredevil hallway fight scene in episode 2 of season 1 set the bar for fight scenes going forward, and it was incredible. And no, you can't beat that.
There you go. So Daredevil beats Batman. even though they're the same guy.
I'll just punctuate that right now. Stop.
Same guy. Same guy.
That's good stuff. What do you guys think? I mean, would you rather have seen Ben Affleck go forward with his movie? Was it a good decision? Or is this new direction that they're giving Matt Reeves with Robert Pattinson? It's supposed to be a more detective and noir take on the Batman. What do you guys think about that? I'd love to see your comments in the chat. We got Jean-Claude Van Tom is in the chat. How you doing? We got Taylor Strickland has joined.
Ben Compton jumped in here.
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
I think it's on.
Long Box Diving is here. Welcome. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, there you go.
There's Ben. Awesome stuff. Let's see. Comic Crack says a Batman Beyond movie would be killer. I agree. I think that's one they haven't done yet. I would love to see Michael Keaton reprise the role and play the mentor.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best way to go.
You know, with the Ben Affleck thing, with him, you know, the green light as far as they do the movie and stuff, they're putting up millions and millions of dollars. If this guy's got a drinking problem, all these issues and stuff, they're going to be more than happy for him to pull the plug.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because they have deadlines and everything, and it's just, if they can't count on that. They just went through 2 directors on the movie before.
Right.
You know.
I just think it was kind of cool to hear that he's the one that pulled the plug. It wasn't.
Yeah, so he said.
Well, time will tell. Northwest Geek says that Batman fight was amazing. Yes, it was. Ben Affleck. Affleck is Bruce and Batman Beyond might be better. Yeah, I could see that. Let's see. Jean-Claude Van Tom says Keaton, best Batman, best story, The Dark Knight, best DC movie ever, Joker.
He's got 2 out of 3 right.
That's awesome stuff.
Which see. 2 are they? I'm just kidding.
Robbie says, I'm more excited for the new one. I really like Affleck and BBS. Yeah, I didn't mind his performance, although I do have to say that I agree with Bueller. There wasn't a lot that was memorable, like really punctuated.
The BBS, what I had such a problem with that one was they literally took the death of Superman and threw it in with the Frank Miller Dark Knight and put that together. Yeah. You don't need to combine those
you don't.
two.
You don't. I was very upset when they did that. I do have to say that I liked more the Bruce Wayne scenes that he did in that movie rather than the actual Batman scenes. Yeah. And so, but yeah, I thought that was kind of cool news to hear that. Another piece of DC news that's happened here recently is the Birds of Prey movie released.
Is that what it's being called now?
Well, that's what it's being. Well, that's what it is called. It's the Birds of Prey.
Well, that was Bop.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Well, they changed it to Bop.
Bop.
It was Birds of Prey and the horrible ticket sales of the Harley Quinn, and then they changed it to Harley Quinn. Now I thought it was called Bop.
Yeah. Well, they keep changing it left and right. But have you seen it yet?
No.
Oh, I went and saw it 2 nights ago with my wife. Yes, I did.
Oh, nice.
And I went with Tina to go see it, and I have to say I absolutely loved it. Definitely, if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely go. I won't spoil too much. But I have to say it was really good. I think the physicality of what Margot Robbie did as far as the action scenes were top notch.
Her physicality in The Wolf of Wall Street was pretty good too.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can stay right there. I'm glad you like that. But yeah, I think.
Just saying.
I know. She did an amazing job. I think the other actresses, they killed it as well. I loved the comedic take on Renee Montoya. The Huntress was really good. It's finally great to see her on the big screen. And I got Ewan McGregor as the Black Mask. He killed it. I even enjoyed their take on Victor Zsasz. It was good stuff. It was good stuff. Yeah. And so if you haven't seen it yet, definitely check that out. It is
before it's gone.
But it was definitely certified fresh, and it's got better ratings than most of the other DC movies, and it's not making the money. It's beyond me. But I don't know if the Suicide Squad kind of flowered that, but it's not making the money that I think that they thought it was going to make.
It didn't look good. I mean,
the trailers were not good.
Yeah, I don't think the trailers do it justice. I saw the trailers. I was like, I could miss this one.
Yeah, exactly. But pleasantly surprised. And I mean, you know me, I'm in the bag for this stuff.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, if we don't go out there and support, these movies, they're not going to make more. And so, but they got to be good. Let's see. We got Robbie here says that he had so much fun watching Birds of Prey. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Let's see. Comics Club here says he's got to go, but tell me when you drop down for Florida for MegaCon, flying into Orlando or Tampa. I will talk to you offline about that. And
whoa, it's official.
Well, no. I mean, I'm going, but we don't have to do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Don't mess with him.
What did you think of the new DD issue? Also, anyone excited for the relaunch of the Batman animated? Yeah, I will definitely be talking about the new Daredevil issue on Saturday. But I have to say, I haven't read the rest of my comics yet. I've read about half of them so far. And so far, out of everything I've read, that Daredevil issue is top notch. It's one of my favorite issues of the week.
You read it?
Yeah, It's amazing. Big things are coming, and I can't wait. So, yeah, definitely. If you're not reading that one, you should be.
John,
have you read it yet?
No, John's here.
John, how you doing, John? John's Comics with Kids. How's it going? And so the other piece of news that came out that I definitely wanted to talk about is that we know that Spider-Man is coming out next year, in the summer of next year. Sony has announced in October, right after that releases, that there's going to be another Marvel movie. They have not mentioned what that movie is going to be, but there's a lot of speculation on what it could be.
So a new title?
Brand new title, right? We have no idea. I mean, it's they haven't said it's going to be a Venom spinoff. They haven't said it's going to be a Spider-Man spinoff. Some people are speculating that it could be because Silk was in development. Mm-hmm. I haven't heard that ever started filming. There's been speculation that we could get a Kraven movie. And then there's speculation that it could be a Sinister Six movie, since we got definitely a teaser of the Vulture being in the next, right? And so, but we have no idea. But people are definitely not thinking that it's going to be. There were some people in the beginning that was thinking it could be Spider-Woman. But a lot of people have shot that down because most don't believe that they'd bring out Spider-Woman directly on the heels of releasing a new Spider-Man movie. Yeah. And so I don't know. What do you think? I mean, what would you like to see?
I think that, have they said whether it's animated or not?
Not animated. This is live action.
Oh, it's live action. Okay.
Yeah.
They have all the SpiderVerse license for all those. Depending on how the Morbius goes, I think we might get more villain type thing. And I'm trying to think of a good villain. I would the Sinister Six thing would be awesome. Yeah, but maybe like a buddy thing between Rhino and Scorpion or something like that. That'd be great. Rhino and Scorpion, a little buddy thing, or maybe maybe even something with Mysterio.
See, now that right there intrigues me.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Right? Because, I mean, we definitely know from, Spider-Man, Far From Home, that that character is not dead. Either somebody's going to pick up that mantle or he's pulling the wool over his eye again. Yeah. And because the storyline is continuing. So I definitely think Mysterio would be part of the Sinister Six. We definitely see Vulture. We definitely see Scorpion have been fleshed out. In Far From Home, we had Kraven the Hunter's brother was in there. So, there's a lot of speculation that it may be Kraven. Yeah. I would not mind seeing a standalone Kraven movie leading into the Sinister Six, and then ultimately, like a Kraven's Last Hunt type storyline. I would love that. Yeah, absolutely. But at this particular point, since we don't have any, because that's pretty quick. Coming out right after, we don't have any news as to that they started filming or that anything's in pre-production. We just have a lot of different properties that they own, that they've started developing, but nothing that is definite. So there's a lot of speculation going on right now. I'm excited for it on what it could be. What do you think about the news of Sam Raimi taking over Doctor Strange, right? And now we have the possibility of the guy who created the original Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
And it's the multiverse of madness.
Yeah.
What if we're leading into truly, as people are speculating, that we may see a SpiderVerse movie where we get, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland all in the same movie?
Well, besides the Spider-Man movies and besides the Army of Darkness and stuff like that, can you name anything he's done in the last 10 years?
Not in the last 10 years. Not in the last 10 years. I know that they did a remake of The Evil Dead.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of Raimi lately.
I mean, I can't. I'm trying to think. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Within the last 10 or 15 years, I can't think of really anything he's done that stands out.
Right.
Comic book movies have changed a lot since Spider-Man 2.
He's been doing the Evil Dead or the TV series.
Okay.
Where the continued story of
Sure.
Ash, from
Sure.
the Evil Dead. So I know that he's definitely been doing that.
Yeah.
But how much he's been involved as far as directing and writing, I'm not 100% sure on.
Yeah.
But as far as movies go, I haven't heard anything from him for a long time.
Yeah. So I'm not nervous, but I'm a little just curious how he does, because he's doing Guardians, right?
No, he's going to be doing Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. I'm curious to see how he does that, because it's different. It's a different ball game than what he did before.
Absolutely.
Maybe the hokey stuff that he did in the Spider-Man doesn't translate as well to Doctor Strange.
Right.
It could translate more to Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why I kind of said that.
Yeah. I could see that.
There was some really campy, hokey stuff that was in Spider-Man, which was enjoyable.
And so, and in the Evil Dead as well.
Yeah, and then that's kind of it, Now, does that work with Doctor Strange? And can he bring that enthusiasm to this new title 15 years later? Right. I'm curious to see if he can. I've always been a fan of him, but like I said, it's a different ball game for these movies. So
right, exactly. And so I'm excited to see what comes out of it. I think a melding like a Doctor Strange movie is a good fit for him because it kind of brings the superhero thing in, brings some horror elements in, because it is supposed to be a different take, horror take. And so I'm kind of excited to see what he can do with that. Yeah. And he's no stranger to making a blockbuster movie.
He did Crawl.
He did.
Do you know what Crawl is?
A Crawl. No, I didn't see Crawl.
People just crawl around.
Is that right? For a second, I thought you said crawl, and I was going to be like, "That's from the '80s, bro."
It's like all these people. It's called this world. Everybody there, they
crawl.
They crawl.
All right. Yeah. Oh, is Crawl the sewer one? Is that the one with the alligator?
No, Crawl's about all the people in the world.
Okay, yeah. Just here on the kid said alligator horror. I'm about like your take better though.
That's close.
That's too funny. But I'm interested to see what this movie is. I mean, of course, anything that we talk about is speculation on it. We don't really know truly what they're going to drop. It could be a number of things, but I love talking about it. I'm in the bag for these movies. They got my money already. I'm going to go see any comic book property that comes out. And speaking of it, our last piece of news about comic book properties. This last week, we had Lock and Key drop on Netflix. Have you had a chance to watch that yet?
I watched them all.
Did you watch them all?
I did.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I don't know the books.
Oh, you don't at all?
I'm not familiar with the books.
Okay.
And I think that was a good thing.
Okay.
Because from what I understand, the books are very a little bit more violent.
Oh yeah.
And from what I kind of read about the books, there's people dying quite a bit more.
Yep.
And so if I were to read those and watch the TV show, I would be like, man, they're not doing what they should be doing.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad I didn't read them. So, but me and my son actually sat down and watched all the episodes. We enjoyed it. I liked it. There was the ending, not the ending twist, but the ending before that was a little anticlimactic, I thought,
Okay.
But all in all, I thought it was a fun show to watch. It looked really nice, And,
yeah.
Is there more? I'm not familiar. So is there more to it? I mean, is there more books?
Well, there are a total of 6 different volumes. Each volume was about 5 books.
Okay.
And so I know that this one has kind of melded the first and second volumes. Now, if they're going to do more going forward, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
in the very first episode, I can tell right away I'd have to suspend all of my hopes for what I was expecting to see from the comic book.
So
there.
Is it good that I probably didn't read the book?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so, because in order for me to watch it going forward, I had to suspend, what I was hoping for from the books. If you haven't read the books, the first 5 issues, I think, the first 4 issues at least, they kind of draw out the death of the father by telling it from different angles. So you had the first book was kind of Tyler's take on what happened. The next one is Kenzie's take. The next one is Bodhi's take. And then you get to Sam Lesser's take on it. And so they kind of draw out this brutal scene over, the first 5 comics. And then you got these keys that they come out. And, even what they did with the keys didn't match what I was hoping for inside of, the episode. I haven't finished it yet. But I definitely had to suspend what I knew about the comic books in order to enjoy it. As a standalone story, that is kind of like possibly drawing a bit on the comic books. I think it is a good standalone. But I think my biggest gripe even with that is that the actors that they chose, the chemistry, I didn't really feel the relationships like they should have been. And so I think it's subpar, if you want my honest opinion.
Sorry, buddy.
I know, and I had high hopes for it. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to step away because I don't think the power cord's plugged in all the way.
Okay.
Because your power looks like it's going to go off here.
I hope it doesn't. I don't know. What do you guys think about Lock and Key? Did you enjoy it? Are you watching it? Have you watched it yet? I'd love to hear what you're thinking about it. Also. Since this is a brand new show, we're going to be talking about pop culture news, mostly about comic book and properties and TV and movies. What do you guys want to see out of this show? What would you like to see us run down? Maybe format differences. We're just starting this out, and we want to hear from you guys.
Starting.
Exactly, just starting.
Just starting. Today's the first day.
Absolutely. So
took 2 weeks to get.
It took 2 weeks to get here. There we go.
And then some.
Let's see here. We got John's comic with kids says he's going back to his roots in horror. That's talking about Sam Raimi.
Oh, I thought he was talking about himself.
Comic Crack can't wait for Doctor Strange. Me either. Let's see. Here on the Kid said took place in Florida. They get trapped under the house with the alligators. Yeah, I definitely have to see this crawl. Derek, he says, I thought the timing was off, but maybe just me. Let's see. Sam says he watched a few episodes.
Yeah, he watched a few of them.
Yeah, awesome stuff. And John says we are talking about Lock and Key. Yep, we're talking about Lock and Key. Looks like Jackie joined. How you doing there, Jack?
Jack Yo.
Jack Yo.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I could have been saying it wrong this whole time.
Jack says he friggin' loves Joe Hill. Just finished his new book, Full Throttle. Haven't read Full Throttle yet, but I'm really enjoying all the Black Label stuff that's coming out from DC.
Do you want to talk a little bit about books?
Sure.
So let me ask. What's your take on this one?
Well, I haven't read it all the way through yet.
Well, that's not why I'm asking about. It doesn't matter what you read.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking your take on the big deal about this book.
Well, I mean, I know that supposedly we were going to get the big punchline, and it turned out to be. I went to the last page, and sure enough, it was just a cameo. You just see the bottom part of the face. Definitely not worth going out and spending $30, $40 to $60 on it. I guarantee you that. But I
didn't spend that much on it.
I didn't either. But I mean, back in the day, if you could have got a Wolverine number 180 for $60, would you have bought it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean back in the day? Actually, I did buy it for $60 like a week ago.
For a week ago.
Maybe not a week ago, like a year ago. $60.
But again, a lot of hype. A lot of speculation hype for a new character. We don't even know if the character is good, going to be good or not yet. But a lot of hoopla for just a little face shot, as far as I'm concerned.
Did you get more than one?
No.
Really?
No.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. I asked another shop if they had another copy, and they were sold out.
Oh, really?
But I only would have gotten one more copy. I wanted both covers.
Okay.
So.
You wanted the funky Cole Matina cover?
I wanted the Matina cover because I like those covers. But, I think it was a lot of hype for what we got out of it. And I'm actually more excited to read, the continuing story by James Tynion IV. I really dig the artwork inside it. What's your take on it?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I really don't. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I it's on my pull list, and that's so I was like, oh, I'll get it.
Yeah.
But I'm not like running out to get multiple copies and stuff. I mean, if it was sitting on the shelf and nobody was grabbing, I'd grab an extra copy.
Yeah.
I'd just sell it, for the cheap whatever somebody wanted it for.
Right.
But as far as like, oh, I gotta get this book, if it wasn't in my pull list, I would be like, oh, I don't care.
What do you think about people actually selling it for $30 before the book even came out?
I think it is what it is. People can sell it. You can put whatever price you want on it. It's the people that decide to buy it that have the problem.
There you go.
It's not the people that put the price on it. It's the people that click buy.
You can't fault somebody for trying to make some money.
Yeah.
Right. And
if I put a price on something and it says $100 and it's worth $5, if somebody wants to give me $100, I'm not an idiot.
No, absolutely.
That guy is.
Yeah. No, I've got a problem with the guys that take advantage of people who are in need, like in a disaster, right? People who jack up water prices, jack up battery prices.
This is comic books.
This is comic books, right? Yeah. You're going to jack up a price because you got a new character coming out. If somebody's going to pay that, that's on them.
Yeah.
Right. But the people that are actually selling it, I don't think they're doing anything wrong. It just cracks me up that before the book even comes out, they're already selling it for $30 and people are buying it.
Yeah.
People are buying it. So be careful, make good decisions. Don't make emotional buys, folks, because of course that leads to a empty pocketbook.
Usually you got to click twice when you buy it.
Right. Are you sure?
Yeah. They ask you twice. You got 2 chances to say no.
Right.
So it's on you.
Is there any other books that you want to talk about?
Well, I didn't. Did you read this one yet?
I haven't read the beginning story, which is the actual continuing story yet. I skipped right to the end and read the story with Omega Red because Omega Red's one of my favorite villains. But I will read the rest of it tonight.
Nice.
What'd you think of it?
I haven't read it.
Haven't read it? Okay. Why'd you want to talk about it?
I just showed it. It's a big. It's a big book.
It is a big book. It's like a big double issue.
$8.
Did you get any of the variant covers?
This one.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's the Alex Ross cover. That's a nice one.
Ouch! I just wrecked it.
You just wrecked it.
I just wrecked it. Oh well.
I want that cutout cover. I didn't get to see that.
Sam got one.
Did he?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I didn't get that. I did get the Clayton Crane cover. I really want.
Oh yeah, I saw your little poster
for sure.
Yeah.
If I could get the Jim Lee cover at a reasonable price, I might go for that. But I'm not spending $100 for that book off the bat. So
the Batman '89 misprint sold for like $700.
I heard $900.
I think it was $999.
So I didn't hear.
Here's your book that's broken.
Right.
So give me $1,000 for a broken book. So here's your Big Mac with no meat in it.
Right.
Here, give me some more money.
Yeah. That's funny how our hobby works, right?
Yeah, it is.
It cracks me up.
Look, you can't even see him in this book. The page is bad. Perfect. I'll pay you 10 times more, 100 times more.
Was that the issue?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hear what the mistake was.
This is all blurred out, I guess. I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Hey, like I said, man, if you put the price out there and somebody buys it,
yeah,
they bought it.
I think the best mistake is the one I saw on Gem Mint's channel where they got the one. I think it's issue of X-Men or something like that, and it's got like 8 different covers in a row.
Oh yeah,
that was great. Somebody paid a lot of money for that.
Did he get all 8 of them?
No. It wasn't his book. He was just showcasing it because it was somebody else's. But the guy ended up. I mean, it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah,
it had like multiple covers, and the reason why Gem Mint was showing it because they grade each of those covers.
Yeah,
right, and whatever the lowest grade is what the actual grade of the book is. I think is how they do it. But I thought that was interesting. But that thing's worth a lot of money. So
sure. All my books are priceless. People ask me how much my books are priceless.
Absolutely.
They go, oh, what's the grade of your books? Perfect. That's what I say. Priceless and perfect. You want to know about my collection? Priceless and perfect.
Priceless and perfect. There you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, right? Because you buy what you want.
I buy whatever I want.
That's exactly right.
If I have money.
Yeah.
But I found out some really cool stuff from Boom today.
Yeah, so you went to the Comics Pro, the first day of the Comics Pro event today.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And so how was it? What happened?
It's kind of weird to hang out in a room with a bunch of comic shop owners.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally a couple hundred comic shop owners.
So it smelled like sweat.
It was gross.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean, but one guy sat by me, and I like immediately, I was like, damn, I gotta get up. I gotta make up an excuse to get my ass out of here.
Oh, that's great, man.
I felt bad for the guy. I don't know where he was from, but he should have stayed there.
Yeah, I hope it's not from Huntsville, Alabama.
I don't know.
Just kidding, Robbie.
Oh, man. But it was an interesting event, and Boom Studios did a presentation. They showed their I guess I can talk about it now because they actually released it on their website. Mm-hmm. But they showed their 5 big titles that are coming out this year. Faithless 2 is coming out.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if you got any of those. They had like the racy covers.
I remember when they came out. I didn't get any of them.
Okay. Yeah. They're real nice. But they have all 6 issues have connecting racy covers that all go together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, great.
So you can get all 6 of them. They all connect together, and they're all horrible.
They're all horrible.
There was a actually I wrote them down. Wait, hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. As I was in there, they were giving me the information, and let me pull this up because I put the.
So you were inside of a room with a bunch of sweaty guys that were.
There was ladies there too.
Racy covers.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I get it. I get it.
So Boom, Alienated. They already put that one out. Faithless 2. Another one is 7 Secrets. Mm-hmm. That's supposed to be their next Once and Future. That's what they compared it to.
Oh, nice.
We all know the one, Something is Killing the Children.
Yeah.
They're coming out with another great title. The title of the book. It's called We Only Find Them When They're Dead.
Yes.
By Al Ewing.
What?
Yes.
I'm already on board. I'm already on board.
And then there's one more after that they didn't tell us about, but they said we could probably get it out of them later this week or something.
All right.
But some pretty cool titles that are coming out. But the Al Ewing one.
That intrigues me.
Yeah, and they pretty much said, yeah, it's kind of like Something That's Killing the Children.
For sure.
Thing, so.
Well, last year, Boom Studios killed it.
I will tell you this. The presentations I saw, Image, I saw theirs, Marvel's, and then Boom did the presentation, and they are on fire. They just jumped. They're the number 4 company right now.
Wow.
It's Marvel, DC, Image, Boom Studios.
I don't doubt it.
And if they were, I don't want to give any percentages because I think it's insider stuff, but they were showing the growth of them last year in comparison to the other companies. They're way ahead. Way ahead. It's not even close.
Yeah.
And they've got some really cool things for comic shop owners that other publishers don't do, and they're going to keep on doing it. And I think it's a testament to them. I talked to them after the show, the people that were there, and they are embracing all sorts of different media to advertise their stuff, and they're one of the first ones to be doing that. And I think it's making a difference.
I'd say so.
Yeah, so
I'd say so.
Really enjoyed theirs. Really enjoyed some other stuff too.
Yeah. I know there's stuff that you can't talk about because it's insider stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just great that you're able to to be there this year. Put you in contact with a lot of different people from all over the United States that are in the industry, and so I'm just happy for you, man, because it's an awesome experience.
I'll be there the next couple of days, all day, and just talking with people. I mean, there's a lot of people there. It's kind of fun. And, Marvel's there. Aftershock was there. I got to talk with them and stuff. I actually talked with them before, and that was kind of to sit down because it's a private event. It's not like a con.
Right.
It's only a couple hundred people, but industry people within comic shops. So you get nice private one-on-one time to talk about stuff, and it's really cool. So I'm looking forward to the next couple of days. It's going to be busy, but it's kind of weird being there because I'm not. It's almost like I'm not supposed to be there.
Right.
Because it's not. It's for comic shops and retailers and vendors.
Right.
But because of my relationship with Max Pro Supplies, I represent them, and they've asked me to go to the event and represent them.
Right.
I also today, the MegaCon, the Diamond Retailer Summit, Max Pro paid for that for me as well.
That's
so
amazing.
that I have access to the Diamond Retailer Summit and MegaCon, and it's because of them that they're paying for the ticket and everything. So
that's
really
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So thank you, Max Pro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And not just for what you're doing for him, but what you do for all of us.
Yeah.
Love your supplies. And I'll definitely keep going there and popping in that code because 10% off is good.
Yeah. Boom and Aftershock. Yeah, they are. Aftershock. I didn't see Aftershocks. I think they're doing it tomorrow. But I talked to the lady who does their marketing and stuff. She actually does their YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's funny because nobody watches it. There's more people in our chat right now than has ever been in their chat when they go live. The only person ever is like me. I'm like, hello, what's going on?
That's right. You told me about that.
Yeah, and then she was there, and I went up to her, and I was like, hey, I'm Bueller. She's like, oh yeah, and I've talked to her a couple times, so she just didn't have the face in person type thing. So that was a lot of fun, and some cool things with Marvel.
Yeah,
Marvel. Thank you.
Marvel all day. Make mine Marvel. That's pretty cool. As you saw inside of the chat, a lot of people were commenting on the fact that Boom and Aftershock are killing it. Here on the Kid, he says the only title from Boom that I dropped was Heartbeat. Really enjoy the other titles. I don't think I even read Heartbeat, but
yeah, I had the first one. It just wasn't for me. The kind of the same thing with the Faithless. The Faithless one wasn't really my cup of tea as well.
Yeah, I remember seeing those when those came out. I didn't. It wasn't my cup of tea either. But yeah. I remember the covers.
I didn't tell you this, but Matt Kent is there.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll tell you.
His book just came out. I can't wait to read that one as well.
Yeah, the Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he there representing Dark Horse?
I think he is because there's a Dark Horse banquet tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Have you been invited to that?
Anyway.
All right. There we go. Well, we're coming up on an hour here, folks, and so we're going to be ending it here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, do me a favor, leave a comment after the show's over. Let us know what you think about the show, what you'd like to see from the show. We're going to be doing this every week at this time. Of course, it'll be on time, but I'll go ahead and set up the live stream, early so that you guys.
Do you really think 4 is doable?
I do think 4 is doable.
Okay, I thought you were working.
Yeah, I am working, but I'll be here. Okay, I'll be here. There. So
I play it safe.
All right, but appreciate you guys. Robbie, you take care. I definitely will see you tomorrow. And same thing with everybody else. Appreciate you tuning in. Is there anything you'd like to tell the watchers today?
Only I'd say if you guys haven't entered the giveaway, go back to the 2-year anniversary coffee video. That's episode 70.
70.
And go ahead and enter the giveaway by leaving a comment. And you guys are probably already subscribed to Bob's channel because you're right here. So you're halfway done. If you haven't left a comment, that's really all you have to do.
Yeah.
And then you get a chance to win some really cool prizes. So that's pretty much it.
Absolutely. And then I'll also be running a giveaway for my 1,000 subscriber milestone.
That's coming up.
That's coming up very quickly.
Man, you were just like at 1 the other day.
I know, huh?
Like just the other day, you're like at 1 subscriber.
I got my first one.
Your wife. And then I was like, I got 1. And it's like, yeah, I just subscribed to you, honey.
Yeah.
And now you got 720 people to watch you and subscribe.
I'm very grateful, grateful, and I really appreciate it. Got a lot of help from you and a lot of other people, and
give me a break.
I really appreciate it. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you tune in next week. Do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment, and remember, folks, Excelsior, and always remember to support your local comic shop. And we'll see you later.
Later.